Yo, what's going on, everybody? What's happening? All right. So we got a little smaller one today, but well, let me wait a second because I know we got people watching an ad right now. So usually takes like 30 seconds. What's going on, Enrique? Thank you. I finally made it. I think this morning or last night I made it to 500,000 subscribers, so pretty cool. This is the 500,000 subscriber live stream, I guess. I mean, not really, but how's everybody doing? Nature Sketches, what's happening? Wolfie, Matthias, Eagle, Carm, JSA Drawing, WH Drawing, Kimo. What's happening, everybody? So check it out. This is a small one today. I had a 9x12 ready, and then I realized I'm doing a vertical today, and I like to do the vertical small so that we could see the whole thing. Because if I do the, if I do the 9x12 here, it doesn't really fit on the whole screen. So that's all right. We'll do a small one. The small ones are still cool. You know, I love this size. This size is like one of my favorite sizes. So anyway, let's stop talking. Let's get into it, I guess. Actually, I need to draw it first, right? So let's draw this on here. So here's my reference, folks. I thought it was a really cool, kind of moody landscape, and it's a great landscape for this is a great landscape for like a harmonious, limited palette. So I thought this would be a cool opportunity. I want to I'll show you guys the only colors I'll be using today. I'll just get the tubes out so you guys can see really easily what I'm going to be using. So here's the colors I'm going to be using, folks. We got Viridian, which is like a green. It's probably kind of hard to see, but most folks know Viridian. It's just like a nice green color, very raw, cool green. So we're going to use Viridian. Yellow Ochre, which is really great, one of my favorite yellows, favorite colors, and Transparent Red Oxide, which is another favorite color of mine. So this is a really nice palette. I've never really used it on its own like this, and I've been wanting to for years. I just always forgot. So now is the perfect chance. I thought this scene just really portrays that color scheme for the most part. So that's what I'm going to be using. I'm going to put out a little Viridian. I have Viridian here and here, but there's a little deficiency here on this other one. So we got some nice Viridian here. Transparent red oxide. I say it all the time. I probably said that color the most. Okay, let's sketch this thing. I'll move my paint out of the way here. So we got a cool little, we'll do something real quick. We don't have to be too precise with it. This is just a sketch, right? So kind of cool. I'll zoom in so you guys can see a little bit of what I'm doing here. So we got these little buildings, this little house or something. I'm not really sure what it is. Some kind of lookout point or something. But like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just gonna have some fun today here. That's what I always try to preach, so to speak. Fun. Because if I'm not enjoying it, you guys aren't enjoying it, then what's the point, right? Yeah, why is everybody congratulating me? Oh yeah, 500K. I got 500,000 subscribers now. Thanks, everybody. It's been a long time coming. I've been on YouTube for, I think, 8 years now. So pretty crazy that I made it this long, that I survived this long, and that this has happened already. I think to be honest, I think I just got lucky. You know, I think some of the videos I did went viral. I don't really know why. Just for learning how to sketch, learning how to draw, those kind of went viral. And I got lucky, you know, it happens. So without those videos, I don't really think this could have happened. So luckily I made those little crappy videos back in 2013. You know, there wasn't, back in 2013, you know, 2012, there wasn't that many videos on drawing and painting and acrylic, especially like acrylic painting. You know, I was really, I don't want to say like I was the first, I wasn't the first, but back in that day, like 2011, 2012, when I started, there was not many videos on painting, art, drawing. There just wasn't that many. Like, I would search stuff and there wasn't that many around, so I started making videos about stuff that wasn't being talked about on YouTube that I didn't see. So that's kind of what started me with all this, for the most part, you know. So I'm very grateful for all you guys, and yeah, we're just gonna keep the ball rolling no matter how many subscribers I have. You know, I started another channel for the plein air journey that I do, and that one has like a little under 100 subscribers, I think. So, you know, in a way, I'm doing other channels that are completely starting over. So it's not really about the subscribers to me. You know, it's just about documenting my journey of what I'm doing, having fun. One thing I wanted to modify with this photo, if you guys look at the reference, see how the staircase is going down and out of the scene there to the right? I want to see if I can modify that a bit, actually. So instead of having it go down and to the right, maybe to the right a little bit, but maybe I wanted to have it come back up this way on this hill. So there's kind of a hill here. And I kind of want the path cut across like this, maybe. And you know, I don't want it to be like super obvious, but well, you know, we'll try to make it look natural. But basically what I want it is to just lead us back up to this house here. So we have it come down here and then maybe somehow cut across this way on a different plane there. So you guys see what I'm saying? I'm kind of in this S kind of curve here. Or, you know, bloop, 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 bloop. So just something I'm trying to play with the composition a little bit. It's not something I do enough, I feel, so I kind of want to make sure I give it a shot at least. Trying to pay attention to some of the darks here. Yeah, so I think that's pretty good. I think it's pretty cool. This will all be darker than the trail. You know, I just got to make sure I preserve that pathway. And I think this will be a pretty cool one. Especially the color harmony, hopefully, that we can get going on this one. Obviously, we can see this is my focal point, so there's a lot of contrast here. These white. I'm going to keep the buildings possibly white. You know, I think the sky is going to be gray. I don't know, maybe the buildings can be slightly gray as well. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do I do the sky gray and then these white? Or do just the whole thing gray? Yeah. How did you learn perspective? Also, congratulations, 500,000 subscribers. Okay, Silver Chariot asks, Brandon, why didn't you stream yesterday? This week I'm only doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I think for the next few weeks I might only do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I just have a lot going on in my life. My day job's getting a little more, I got a little more work going on with that. And since I work from home, it's just, you know, it's a little more stressful and stuff. I have another project I'm working on for my art business now and stuff for the next 2 or 3 months. So yeah, I don't want to get burnt out. I don't want to get too stressed about these live streams. So how did I learn perspective? It's something you just observe and you just draw over time. I don't know if you're talking about drawing perspective or... Oh, I was about to use ivory black for the sky as gray, and now I realized I can't use that. So we're using, like I said, today we're using only Viridian. Luckily, when you mix Viridian and transparent red oxide, you can get a pretty nice dark, some kind of gray here. Let me see what happens if I mix yellow ochre into that. It just gets more warm. So this is gonna be interesting. You know, I should I be able to use black in this? Maybe not. We'll just, it would be nice if I could use black, but we'll just try to get as gray as I can. It might just have to be like a warmish brown. And then I'll just vary it. I'll put some Viridian in there and stuff. Am I going to use wax? No, I'm not going to use wax on this one. Okay, and I cleaned my palette a little, not really cleaned it, but I just wiped it down before, so I'd have some clean mixtures of only these colors. Can you do an underwater scene one day? That could be interesting, yeah. Yeah, I'll put that on my list. Underwater scene, okay. Stormy sky, white building. All right, let's do that. Let's see what this gray sky is going to look like. It's kind of greenish brown, but we're going to create a harmony here. We'll try to make it work. We'll try to make it work here. I might want to go on more on the cool side with it, so I'll add more Viridian into it. This is going to be interesting. Oh boy. I don't know if I've ever really painted like a green sky that looked like this. This could be a disaster right from the start. So the colors I'm using today, Viridian, transparent red oxide, yellow ochre. That's the colors I'm allowing myself. So that's why we kind of have like a green sky right now. But there's a lot of water in it, so I know it's going to dry a bit lighter. Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping. I'm just taking off some of the pigment here. Oh, that's a little too raw. Let's add Viridian straight into that. There we go. Not bad. Let's see, we want this to kind of all blend. Let's keep it. Yeah, I should have used black with this too, but you know what? Let's go with the challenge. Let's just go with the challenge, you know? It's presented in front of us. Cuz it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to try to like, cuz I technically could have used, you know, gray for the sky and it would have looked better maybe. But that's okay. So I'm trying to go around the pathway here a little bit. I'm just varying the color as I'm going. Looks like it's more Viridian up front. but we don't want it just pure Viridian up there. Like I said, trying to create an interesting harmony. Yeah, I could have gotten away with using like gray for the sky, like black, but it's okay. It's all good. Maybe next time I do this kind of color scheme, because I really do want to experiment with this kind of color scheme in the future. These same exact colors. Maybe I'll use gray for that one in the future as well. But this time I was like, you know, let's just be strict with it. Sometimes it's fun to just like really challenge, do some different things, and see like, can I make this color sky fit in with the whole thing and make it look natural? And it's coming out really nicely. It's kind of a nice gray. If I punch up the color everywhere else, it'll make this more subdued looking. So thanks for tuning in, Angela. Yeah, exactly, Jeremy. Jeremy, pre-tornado sky. Yeah, usually the sky can get green, actually. So it's kind of cool. Skies can be green. That's a good point. I was gonna say that actually, that sometimes skies do look kind of green. What's going on, Brickatech? Thanks for tuning in. Don, what's happening? Fizzy24. We got a lot of people already today. 17 minutes in, we got 70 people almost. Thanks everybody for congratulating me on the 500K subscribers. Appreciate it. But you know, it's not really something I really control. You know, it's just I think I just got lucky, to be honest. I think you get lucky, you know, because if you look at my most popular videos, they're not even my best videos. They're not produced well. They're not even good information for the most part. I mean, I've learned a lot since I made those back in 2013. So it's yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I just got lucky. I'm gonna try to do some. So what I'm doing now, I'm actually splattering clean water in some areas, and I may have to wait a little bit longer, but what it can do, it makes like little white spots. So these little white spots coming up, so it's kind of like splattering blooms. So this pathway in the front, I've kind of just made it up. Like I said, I didn't want these stairs and pathway to be too obvious. So now as it's drying more, I can take off some of the pigment safely and lighten up some areas. Oops, didn't want to do that. It's a little early for Merry Christmas, but thank you. I appreciate it. It's almost Thanksgiving, though. I think tomorrow is Thanksgiving. Does my family also do art? My grandmother does watercolor paintings as well. She's very, very good. She's been doing it for many years. My sister is very artistic and creative, and she does a lot of different things, but she can talk about that. She's in the chat right now. But yeah. Okay, where do I go now? Let's see. I think we just keep letting it dry here. Looks like we can lighten up. It's like parts of water and stuff in this. So let's see if we can make that look like water back here. Just needs to be lighter than everything else. Pretty much lighter than the sky too, so it's kind of working out, I think. Oh, it's already Christmas there? That's interesting. Didn't know that. That's cool. Okay. All right, I think we're making good progress here. Let's see, what colors would have used not for the challenge? To be honest, I probably would have used the same colors. I just would have used ivory black and maybe ultramarine blue. But yeah, pretty similar colors, to be honest. I would have just used more ivory black to gray things down a little bit more. Rather than using the brown with the Viridian. But yeah, it's very, because the photo is a lot cooler. I'll show you guys the photo one more time. Like the sky is a lot cooler than my photo, and some of the grass and stuff. It's easier to get cooler kind of colors if I had ivory black, more grays. Mine's gonna be a bit warmer overall, as you can see. And this camera makes it look way warmer. It's actually not that warm. So. But see, my sky just happens, it has to be warmer because I have to use that brown as a gray. So. I just want to dry this up real quick because I think we can get to the next phase here and almost finish this thing up, really. Dawn says, I think those early vids are popular because of the relaxed style, not pretentious. I agree, but I mean, I don't think I'm pretentious in any of my newer videos. But you're right, I mean, I haven't done videos that are like, those are like super, super duper basic type of videos. Like literally showing you how to sketch, which most people skip that step and they're like, okay, here we'll draw circles and draw shapes and stuff. But like some people don't even know how to sketch a line, you know, and you have to really break it down. So I think they are helpful, but it's just I wish some of my point is like I wish some of my newer videos would go viral because they're better quality, you know, like I put more effort into those and they don't get as many views, you know. And I think they're just as helpful. I think many of them are just as helpful, you know. But I guess it's not my decision, it's up to the market of YouTube. I understand what you're saying. So yeah, more than just lucky. Yeah, you're right. Just a different vibe than most other videos and stuff. Okay, this is pretty much dry, I think. So on Monday I asked if you could do a Procreate live session. When will you do that if you are? I don't know. What would you want to see me paint in Procreate? Because I have no ideas. So I could do it next week. I already have Friday live stream scheduled, so I can't really change that one, but I can do it next week. We can try to see if it would work. But give me an idea of what you want me to paint so I can figure it out. like landscape, an object, or I mean, what do you know, an animal? Do you want me to paint an animal? Do you want me to paint? I could still use the same reference photos that I normally use, but I'm just wondering what kind of subject you want to see. Okay, big cat or a wolf. All right. Yeah, I'll do that next week. That would be cool. Maybe next Monday we could do that. Someday next week. I'll schedule it, and then I'll figure it out this weekend when I schedule next week's live streams. So it looks like the doors here are very red, transparent red oxide. So I guess if anybody's interested, I'll be doing a digital thing next week, maybe. So let's zoom in a bit here for you folks. I'm gonna work on these buildings a bit now. I don't want to make this too perfect. There we go, I kind of like that. Let's see if I can dry brush this next stroke. There we go. Wasn't able to dry brush it, but good enough. Let's see, the roof is more yellow ochre-y. So we'll get some more yellow ochre into this mixture. I feel like that chimney was supposed to be white, but that didn't end up happening to it. Oh well, I can always make part of it. Dark, actually. I don't know if I should have done that, but too late now, right? Let's try to mix up some of the colors here. No problem, Wolfie. It'll be something different, so it's kind of cool. I think it'll be pretty cool to do, and I can show you some of my other Procreate stuff that I did in the past. You know, I've done like some master copies of actual oil paintings I've done in Procreate. I've shown them on here a few times, like once or twice, so it'll be cool to show those actually. I don't do much digital, to be honest. I kind of like this kind of art, you know, I kind of like painting like this. It's much more fun to me, to be honest, but you know, every once in a while. Honestly, the most time I do digital is like when I'm flying on an airplane and I just need to kill some time or something. I'll just sit there and I'll have like a photograph on one side and then a thing, and I'll just copy it. So I kind of do that. A line there. Ah, that first line I made was so good. Shouldn't have went over it. That's good. There we go. Nice little house there. I don't like how the ground is like too straight. It's kind of bothers me. Let's see if I can tweak that a little bit, possibly, without darkening it too much. I mean, there is some like darker spots and stuff, so. So what I'm trying to do now is like, I'm just making it a little more detailed around the focal point. Or at least suggesting details and stuff. You guys know how I do it pretty much, mostly. Just suggestion of details and things. Texture and yeah, I have an iPad Pro with the Apple Pencil. My work bought it for me many years ago, for one project, but I kind of just still have it. Luckily, I still use it for some work things sometimes. I don't know if the buildings are a little too light. I might have to I'll do like a wash over them later, I think, like a really small glaze. Because I think they're a little too bright. If you see the whole thing, it just doesn't, they don't kind of sit in there well. And the contrast here, everything's too dark compared to that building. It just doesn't make sense. At least not yet. It doesn't make sense with what everything else is going on. Let's get really dark right now. Let's just try to figure out where we're going with this thing. Right, let's splatter a bit. Some nice texture going. Yeah, I love doing this size paintings because I feel so free to be really sketchy with them. Yeah, I agree, Jeremy. He said, Jeremy says, I think they could use a light wash to age them a bit. Yeah, they're just kind of cartoony. They're kind of sticking out because I kind of outlined everything. I'm going to have to try to maybe soften something and just fix them up a little bit. But I'm not too worried about them right now. We'll just continue on with what we got going right now. Should be fine. To be honest, not too worried. Because we still got a little ways to go on this one, you know? Not in a hurry, not really in a rush. Making it a little warmer here as it gets closer to us. It's kind of just straight transparent red oxide almost. Just trying to hint at this trail up here a little bit. Get some more yellow ochre. So this one's looking pretty cool. Quite sketchy. Kind of like it. Yeah, I have that on my list actually, the Tarsier, whatever that is. I have that on my list, pretty sure I do. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. Now what I want to do, we need some more Viridian overall in this thing, I think. All right, a little more Viridian. There we go. And we can, I don't like using this small brush, but it's working right now, so. We'll just keep going with it. We'll add some yellow ochre in here. It's pretty nice. Looks pretty wild now. Let's calm this part down a bit. Separated the trail a little bit, that way lets you fill it in yourself a little bit more. Tarsier, okay, thanks. Bro, you need to do a tutorial. Whoa, it's already coming to life. Yeah, I'm trying. Paint kitty in watercolors. That's on my list too. All right, paint kitty in watercolors. We could try that. That's a tough one. I've been avoiding that one because I know it's going to be very tough. So we're going to do a little wash over these buildings. What kind of wash? I don't know. Maybe yellow ochre with what? Kind of a little bit of everything, I guess. A little Viridian, maybe some Viridian and transparent red oxide, maybe a little bit of yellow ochre. How about a little bit of, don't really have much of a choice here, right? Kind of just do a mixture of everything. But we'll try to keep it pretty light. Maybe some rust, transparent red oxide, put some. Basically just trying to kill the white of the buildings. It was just a little too bright for me, a little too stark. I want everything to kind of fit in. And they're still kind of warm, they're still kind of bright. And the pathway is pretty bright as well leading up to them, so I think it's okay. And this actually helps soften some of the house, and the roof is kind of bothering me. It was a little too sharp. a lot of it, so. Kind of able to soften some of that stuff a bit. I think we need, you know what we need? We need some splatters here, folks. And I think other things need to be maybe softened and brought together, but you know, it's a cool little sketch so far, I think. Just need some dark splatters up front here. See what I mean? Just need a little bit of texture in some areas. Just for life and grass and rocks and stuff and nature. This one's gonna look good when we take the tape off. You know, this tape kind of gives the illusion that it's all messy, but the edges are gonna look nice. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Now I have 500,001. So greatly appreciate it. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I did want to mention right now until next Monday on my website, I have 10% off with the discount code 2020 Thankful. So when you check out, if you're purchasing something on my website, like one of my drawings, one of my paintings, as you see here on my website, schaeferfineart.com, you can get 10% off if you use the code 2020 Thankful. There's also a kind of an announcement bar on the top of my website that will remind you of that. So during the checkout, when you type in your credit card, if you do PayPal or whatever, there's a little spot for a discount code. You type that in and you'll get the code. So definitely check that out. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe as well. I greatly appreciate it. Also on my website, there's a support page where you can donate to me through PayPal, Venmo. If you like these videos that I do every week, it's a way to support me, to keep me going. I also have a Bandcamp where you can check out music that I make, stuff like that. That's all over my website, schaeferfineart.com. Greatly appreciate you guys. Thanks for letting me share all that. So let's see, what does this thing need? It's a little chaotic, it's a little crazy. Let me step back from this thing for a second. I need to get like a further away from it just to kind of see. I want to see what it needs, you know. I feel like it's going to need a little bit of finessing here and there. Okay, so I don't like this kind of area. It's very, I don't know why it bugs me, but it's just too much of one thing, kind of. And that didn't help. What just happened? YouTube. Yes, restore this tab. Hopefully I'm still streaming. My YouTube tab just crashed. But anyway, let's get on with the painting here. Hopefully it's still streaming. So I want to, yeah, it needs something here. I'm not sure what. Just too much flat green, you know? All right, it looks like I'm still streaming. We could try to add some brown or something here. Basically, I want it to be interesting. You know, I don't want it to be too don't want anything to be too flat or too something, you know. But also, it's getting pretty chaotic as well, so I want to kind of tone it down, possibly, but it kind of needs to be a little chaotic. What it's missing is, it's missing the separation of the planes here, you know? So this really needs to be like a lot lighter, even though I didn't really paint it that way. I kind of missed that whole value. But what I can do is darken this whole area to kind of push it back. Rather than lightening all this stuff. So add my signature. Yeah, pretty much. You know, I don't want to overwork this one, but I think I just need a little more dark right here to kind of, let's see what happens, you know? Let's just see what happens if I do it. You know, I don't want it to be too solid or anything. And I don't want it to be like too obvious that like it's just like a straight line of dark. Yeah, maybe that helped. Maybe that helped kind of isolate things, separate things a bit. I don't know. Let's kind of soften that thing a bit there. Would I ever do a watercolor tutorial? I mean, you're kind of seeing me do it right now. I mean, I have done some in the past. I have a few on my web or on my YouTube, not a whole lot. What's my opinion about Indian artists? I mean, they're just like any other artist. I mean, they're just from India. I mean, I think it's cool. I do commissions. Just depends on subject matter and what you want and what size. Just send me, if you're really interested, send me an email on my website. Like, go to my contact page on my website, schaeferfineart.com. And just click the little envelope there or click contact and tell me, you know, make the subject like commissions or whatever and let me know like what you're thinking. If you have like photo reference or particular subject or something, you know, just let me know. All right, folks, do you think this one's done? Am I overworking this one? It's probably done, right? Cool, thanks. I appreciate that. Prince Nonsense. Look forward to your email. Yeah, I've done some commissions in the past. If you check out my, I don't know if you have Instagram. You can check out my Instagram. I have commissions posted on there. I actually did one commission where it was 4 different paintings, and I have them all laid out like in one photo. You can kind of see like what I've done before. Those were just landscapes. They weren't anything like crazy. But it was just what somebody wanted. But yeah, I've done a few commissions in the past. Did I go to art school? No, I went to school for graphic design. I'm kind of self-taught for the most part. I mean, I don't really know what it means to be self-taught. I mean, thanks, Andre, for the $10. Says congrats on 500K subscribers. Thanks, man. I appreciate that a lot. Greatly appreciated. Yeah, I love doing these color challenges, these like, you know, different kinds of... This is a little chaotic. I really don't like how chaotic this one came out. Because it looks kind of flat to me. But I'm not really sure what I can do. Thanks again for that donation. Really appreciate that. You guys are the best. And thanks to everybody who buys my art and supports me and checks out my website and watches the videos and everything. Anyway, you guys support me. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. For real, for real, for real. Keeps me going, man. You know, keeps me going. Keeps me creating cool little things like this. Look at that sky. That sky came out really nice. You know, it doesn't even look unnatural. This one's not perfect. There's parts of it that work. There's parts of it that bother me. But, you know, what am I going to do? Nothing I can really do. You know what I mean? I just go with it. But, yeah, folks, I don't know. I don't know about this one. Let's take the tape off and see. You know, maybe it needs like more dark. I think I lost some of the splatters that I like having in there. Maybe one last time. Do you always do watercolor only? No. Yesterday or Monday, I did pen and ink on toned paper. If you go to my channel, page, you can see all the live streams I've done. I do like 3 to 5 live streams a week. And I alternate. I do watercolor and then I do pen and ink. That's kind of the two things I kind of just stick with, because I try to, you know, I'm trying to like get good at something, you know. So there, I kind of like that. I'm glad I put those back in. I like having a lot of different layers of texture and stuff. It's kind of cool. But anyway, I'll wait a second here. Actually, we'll just take the tape off now. Let's do it. The splatters aren't going to go anywhere. If it needs, once I take the tape off, I can see if it needs anything else, you know? I just can't do any like big washes or anything that's gonna, I don't really plan on doing anything like that. Anyway. But now we can kind of see like what's it gonna... Thanks folks, I appreciate it. I don't know if I'm underrated, but you know, I just do me, man. I just do what I do, and people like it or they don't, and you know. This one was pretty interesting. It's pretty different than what I've ever done before. I'll show you guys on the webcam, just so you can see a different view of it. You know, kind of further away. I kind of like the change of the composition that I made. I think that was really crucial for this one, because if you look at the reference photo, I'll show you guys the reference photo. The staircase kind of goes off and down out of the photo. It just doesn't really do anything, you know? But I feel like this, I wish the colors on this camera were a little bit better. Unfortunately, I can't. There we go. That's more of what it should look like. But it gets too warm for some reason. The white balance, I can't adjust it. So that's unfortunate. Thank you, Joyce, for the $10 as well. Congrats on 500K subscribers. Here's to the next 500,000. Thank you. I appreciate that. My family always supporting me. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Just try to add a few more darks up here near the focal point. You know, that's where I want. You know, I want some more on our eyes going up here. Right? There we go. I think that helps. I think that helps. We got some nice distance back here, a little bit of water. Looks pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. No problem, Cubs win. Thanks for tuning in. Did I take this picture? No, I did not. I found this one online. Sometimes I use my own photos, sometimes I don't. You know, it just depends on what I'm in the mood for painting or whatever. But I always plan these ahead of time anyway, so it always just depends. Depends on what I plan on doing. Yeah, I definitely want to try something like this again. I feel like I missed a lot of the yellow ochre in here. I feel like it could be more yellow ochre in this painting. So that's unfortunate. I could probably glaze some of it. Just try to get more of that. At least in the foreground. Yellow kind of disappears in the distance, so if I just have it a little bit more in the foreground, kind of glaze with it a bit. I think that's good. Probably too much. Probably just. All right, I'm overworking it. Let's calm down. Let's stop. Let's call it done before I ruin it more. Well, it was definitely a challenge, folks. Like, I always struggle with these rocks and stuff, you know, it's always a big challenge for me. But, you know, I gotta just keep doing them. I think I just gotta keep doing them. Yeah, not my favorite painting ever, but you know what? It's all good. It is what it is. Hope I didn't miss any questions here. Yeah, I know, I removed the tape, I know. I'm not gonna do any splattering or anything now, unfortunately. So I think we're good. Hope I didn't miss any questions. If I did, just ask it again. Yeah, just let me know if I missed any questions, folks. Ask them again right now before I finish this stream. I'll show you guys one last time. Kind of hit from far away on a different camera. I wish I had a better camera or something, but I'll post a photo of it probably as the thumbnail and on YouTube community post. Yeah, not my favorite. It's not my favorite. There's something I don't like about it. It's kind of cartoony looking up here. I think it's just the dark lines. So I'm gonna mess with it even more. I really want to try to get rid of that cartoony look that it has. Yeah, the colors, I really like the harmony. I'm not a fan of how I think I overworked it a bit because it's just so chaotic with all these rocks and everything. But, you know, like I said, it's all good. This is a 6" by 8" paper, so the painting is a little bit smaller. The tape is 3/4 of an inch, so we almost lose 2 inches here. So it's like a 4 something by 6 something or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, see how my camera just weirdly changes the color balance and stuff. So I put my hands in here, it gets a lot cooler. When I take my hands out, it gets a lot warmer. So it's hard to get the colors right on this camera, but I mean, you guys get the idea of what it possibly looks like. So are you going to put it on your website? Yes, I will. I'll put it on my website later on tonight. Like I said, folks, one last time, 10% off right now until November 30th, midnight, Monday. Discount code 2020 thankful. Definitely check that out over on my website, shaverfineart.com. You'll see this painting up there later this evening, along with drawings from past live streams like the ones you see here, and also paintings from past live streams like all these that you see. You know, just a lot of stuff going on there. Definitely be sure to check that out. So greatly appreciate it. Yeah, so if anybody didn't have any questions, yeah, happy Thanksgiving to all the American folk. If there's no more questions, then I'm going to get off here. Thanks everybody for the donations. It's going to help me get more supplies and stuff. And just keep me going overall. You know, I can sign this one right now if you guys want to see me sign it. See, make sure this thing is dry. I've kind of figured out a way to sign my paintings recently. I kind of been practicing a little bit, so if anybody wants to see that, I can do it real quick. I'll zoom in and show you guys. What's going on, Red Velvet? How are you? This is right at the end of the stream, the tail end here. You'll have to watch the replay. But, yeah, I'll sign it real quick, I guess. So normally I kind of pick a corner that works best for the composition. I think in this, it's a little more difficult to sign it on this small of a painting. You know, this one's pretty small. So in the past, I used to sign them with just my initials on some of the small ones, but I'm going to try to sign it with my first initial, last name. That's kind of what I do now. Here, I'll show you guys an example real quick. Let me see if I have one. Actually, yeah. So this is how, that's how I signed it recently. So hello, how's it going? What's going on? Okay. Let's see if we can do this. So I try to get like a thick, I mean, this painting's pretty dark. Luckily I can sign it pretty dark. It won't distract from the painting. I try to make it work within the painting. That's kind of what I try to do. I don't want it to distract overall. So if I do like a really light painting, you know, I try to make it fit in. I don't want it to be super dark. Because you have a really long name, Jeremy. I'm kind of in this, I mean, yeah. That's my guess. My name's kind of long too, but, so I'll show you guys. Can I get even closer? Ooh, I can get even closer. Look at that. All right, let's see. I try to sign it up a little bit in case it gets matted. But let's see. I'm gonna move this microphone a little bit. Gotta really get in here, see what I'm doing. Because I sign it pretty small. Yeah, long names it's a bummer. See this one, it's like I even need to go darker than what I have. Normally I can load the brush, I can sign the whole thing in one go, but this one's giving me a little bit of trouble. And there's dark on the painting right there, so. Yeah, normally I can do it pretty quickly. So now you guys see it. Doesn't really stand out too much. but it's there, you know. This painting is a bit dark, so it's kind of hard to see it. There we go. There you guys can see it without the glare. That's what it looks like. Wow, we've got people from Nepal. That's pretty cool. And from France and India, America. Cool, man. Got people from all over. Anyway, folks, I think that's it, man. I think that's it. Like I said, not my best work, not my favorite, but it is what it is. You know. So that's how I kind of learned to sign my name now. I kind of do it with that way with the pen and ink too. I kind of figured it out finally. Anyway, I will see you guys Friday. Friday I'm going to be doing a pen and ink of a, what am I drawing Friday? Pen and ink of something. I can't remember. If you go to your subscriptions page, you can see what I'm doing Friday. I'm drawing some kind of animal, I can't remember, in pen and ink. So yeah. One last time, folks, 10% off till November 30th on my website, 2020 Thankful discount code. Be sure you do that when you go to check out my art. So greatly appreciated. Thanks everybody for tuning in. There's the painting. I'll see you guys Friday, and hopefully next week we'll do some better paintings than this one. But it was a cool exercise in color, so looking forward to doing more of that next week. All right, peace everybody.